This is day 408 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. If you'd like to sponsor upcoming share or more of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi, please contact me directly. Be very greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Siman Ayin Reish Hey, Sif Des Vav to Reish Ayin Vav, Sif Hey. Tesvav. Haram Melambin Tinokos. Yochel Liros or an air, Mechan Yikol Tinokos. The Rebbe who's learning with the children can look to see where the children should be reading from. L'sader Rashi Parashos, and to arrange the order in which the parashah should be read. Pifiv, verbally, by Sefer in the book. Korei Kol Shar Parashah Peh, but that's the rest of it only Pifiv. That's what he does all Ba Peh. The Zat Tinokos Krim Osam B'Sefer. Whereas at the same time, the children reading this in the book. Rosh Parsha nosin as Sefer biyadam. So he sees reading the parsha, puts it in their hands, and then they read it. The left after Rosh Parsha doesn't mean specifically the heads of the parsha. The kol hachihu. This is the general principle. The kol shedei parsha peh. Anytime you know the parsha by heart, it'll be tzasirically rosh b'sefer. And you have to look a little bit in the book. Mutter, that's permissible. Shmachas in your mind, but sefer tamid, since now you sefer constantly. Easily, you have a way of reminding yourself not to come to incline the candle. Meaning, sefer, since you don't need great analysis in the book. You won't forget when Shabbos comes. That you won't forget Shabbos when he comes to incline the candle. This is true about anything which a person is well conversant. If he's conversant in the subject matter, Shalom, which he learns, which just needs a little bit to look in the book. Mutter may time it's mutter for this reason. But mix a little bit that he has to see in the book, he can also express with his lips. I'm not sure by expressing with lips is a bigger chiddush, but in any event, I am a sifal. Test Zion. You have vessels like clothing which are similar to each other, and you have to look at them carefully. To distinguish between them, also now to check them by the light of a candle. Distinguish between your clothes and your wife's clothes. They're similar. Also, the candles by the candle. Even though you've seen them very, very many times and are well conversant with them. Mishmur writes, if it doesn't require great analysis, it's about to remind the Rambam who's maker by a candle of wax or tallow. Okay? And anyway, back to Shulchan, because you're shard by clothing, where it's relatively easy to distinguish, we don't let you use the candle, certainly by other things. Because of a Rambam, Ram writes, therefore, a servant who is not the regular servant. Also, low leave because his car is now allowed to check cups and plates or by live candle because he doesn't recognize them. So it's an olive oil candle, or a kerosene candle, or a rav, which has lots of light. But one who's the regular servant, he can check by the light of candle, kosas, karos, cups and plates. Doesn't require much analysis. But the candle was of olive oil. If he asks us, we don't tell him that he can check. Even though it's permissible, because he might come to take the olive oil from it. Because the Cain, if he writes this, Rambam according to this version of the Gemara. According to Rashi's version and his interpretation, the exact opposite. The one who's the regular servant is worse off than the one who's not the regular servant. Because the regular servant, he has to be very meticulous. Because he's afraid of his the owner of the vessels. But in any event, if it's kerosene, it's all permissible because it gives a bad odor. If Leibel is not going to come to incline the candle, create a bad odor. And in olive oil or any oil, the shamash kavua, the regular servant is also. The one is not regular servant. Mutter, it's okay. Mosemi, that's what he's doing on his own. Vein morilo heter, but we also don't give him a heter explicitly. The Rashi refers Eno Kavua. Rashi explains Eno Kavua means Eno B'Kvisel Baal Bais. He's temping. He's not normally by this householder. He's serving on a happenstance basis. Therefore, he's not precise. He's not very precise, and he doesn't have to be precise because he's not a regular servant. For Rambam Mefaresh, the Rambam explains, Eno Kavua means Shuzman Lo Kabir to Ba'abai. He's a permanent employee, but hasn't been there so long by the Rambam. And therefore, but he's got to be more meticulous because he's not yet conversant, and this is his permanent position. But they explain Shamash in Kabul like Rashi, which means a temp worker. Nevertheless, there's still more machrim. The nation is not there on a regular basis. He's more meticulous because once he get favor, maybe he'll get employment here. You're going to hire him on a permanent basis. But even according to them, beneft mutzah, if it's kerosene, it's mutzah no matter what. Mishabur says Mokum Tzarchim rely on the heter of a kerosene candle when it's kerosene. Chadam, first one they show ra because it has a lot of light. Voting furthermore, Shematzliach, it stinks. Last time men is not going to come to take from it. Okay, here it's an issue of that the taking from the oil, not an issue of inclining the candle, which is strange because it's similar to about inclining the candle. Let's see what he says. The shamash kavua, if he comes to check the cups and the plates, we don't bar him from doing so. And Bala Shoba comes to ask what he can do so. We don't go ahead deliberately and give him a leniency. He's stopping Shemesh. Why are we afraid by a Shemesh that he's going to take from the oil? We're not concerned about this with other usages. Because it gets very close to the candle. I guess he's so close, he's attempted to take from the oil. You also can ask that which Rambam allowed this. By a Shamish Kavua, because it doesn't need a lot of examination. Don't ask the Rambam, Shamish Kavua, he doesn't have to look so closely, that's okay. But what do you mean? Which is said that by even looking between your clothes and your wife's clothes, which is also very obvious, it's not okay. The time to kill because they're interesting. There's leniency here by cups and saucers because of the kiyas, because of cleanliness. The Ushami says you can look into what's in the cup to see if it's dirty. On the plate, is not concerned. But time of reason is only on the kiyus, or because of cleanliness, and it's dangerous if it's not going to be clean. Or because it's for a short amount of time to check that. Not enough time that you're going to be concerned that he's going to be inclining the candle, which goes back to the not me stopping min hashemen, but inclining the candle. And because of cleanliness, you're allowed to, by the light of a candle, remove the vegetables from the refuse. That's the time of eating. The borba ochel, which you separate and eat. Look, if not, there's a separate prohibition of brera. Because of Rabbeinu Ramah, the nagul chasos haktanim shlo yoromim ne'aneros. It's kind of left field, but it's the end of a simon, so Arukh HaShulchan does that. When you, she was mimicking if he's found footsteps of the Mechaber Ramah. So he says, the custom is to cover young children, they should not be naked for the candles, shouldn't be the mitzvah because it degrades the mitzvah. It's the same thing. There's some sort of mystical danger involved. Reish Ayin Bav, Din Ner Shehidlik Eino Yehudi B'Shabbos. The laws of a candle lit by a non-Jew on Shabbos. The Simon Shimukov Hey is by we're going to become clarified later on. A non-Jew did melacha on Shabbos for himself. Mutal Yisrael lehenos mizeh. A Jew can write better for him. This thing, if there's no concern that might come to increase the product as on account of the Jew. Ayin Sham, see there. The Sabishul Yisrael, if he did for the Jew, Azar Shum Yisrael lehenos mizeh b'Shabbos. then no Jew can have benefit from this during Shabbos. It's not like something comes from outside the 2,000 amos of the city, the Mutter Yisrael, which is permitted for another Yisrael, just not for Yisrael, which is brought. The Tchum is the Rabban, because the concept of Tchum is the Rabban. But the Tchum ain't no Yisrael Melchim, besides Tchum is not an absolute Yisrael. The Zehavi Chutz Tchum is Zehavi Tchum, because there's no place which is also for everybody. Everybody takes their own Tchum with them, so there's not the same thing as having something which is an absolute Yisrael. He's not getting bad at the roots. He's interested in the two answers. Whether Tum is Rabbanon or because Tum is not set. The Teretz Rishon, it's Rabbanon Shlas Malacha. The Rabbanon Mishal Yisrael also the Mishal Sabi Shilo Lachem Mutar K'mod Chumet. According to the first interpretation, if the Goy does the Malacha, the Rabbanon for the Jew, then it's also for him, it's still Mutar for others. Right? The Teretz Hasheni Gam Yisrael Rabbanon also they'll call them. According to the second answer, that Tchum is different because it's not Iskavua. And the other Rabban will be also to any individual. Sham Simishin Chafei Mashma Kater to Rishon Ayin Sham. Mishur says something similar, evidently, that it sounds like the first answer is the interpretation of the first one, that that if the non-Jew is doing Malach the Rabbanon, for the Jew, for that Jew is also, but not for another Jew. Base, you know, the simulation down the Yisbar Gamkin. The we explained some Lachashas any Yehudi Tzarech Yehudi, a labor done by a non-Jew for the purpose of a Jew. Us and we say now that I benefit from it. And Yisbar Shem this became clarified that there's no Shas that for the benefit of the Jew. I've also Tavasai, but if they're for his own benefit, Kigon Shenoit Schar, Ba'am Lachto, such as taking wages for his work. Ba'am B'Ksitza. And Loch is done based on a price for the job. Lobis Chariyom based on the payment per day. Mutzers Misush. Right then, I'm shake of it because on his own volition. Not for the Jews' purpose. Aval Bekan here ain't chiluk. I feel he wants to tell us atzma, even if for his own benefit. Don't you notel schar b'kablonos, so he's getting paid for contracting. Shekol emashi so yitzarech l'zeh yaseh u'mekabel kach v'kach schar. Anytime Yisrael needs something, he's going to make it and get so and such a payment. V'ashul kiyav yadayim shekel v'yadayim now he's doing it for his own benefit to make his money. Come usher, nevertheless it's forbidden. By fresh what's difference? The shaman in Yisrael yenem lizeh b'chol. Then I'm just going to benefit from it on a weekday. Ficham enu yudi asal das hatzmo lemechzek shlucho. If an angel did it for himself, it's not considered that he's the shliach. Avakama here we're talking about my reader Shabbos hatzmo yeneh guf. High Som, we said here on Shabbos itself, the Jew's going to get a benefit from this. Kim Shasab Yisrael, if this case is for a Jew, also it's forbidden, Lai Yisrael to the Jew, Le'anosim Lachazu, to have benefit from this Malacha, the Shabbos Atzma on Shabbos itself. Gimel, L'chein, any Yehudi should lichas and never show Yisrael, if a non-Jew lit a candle for a Jew. Also, Chaladim, it's forbidden for anybody. I feel Mishalot, like Mishalot, even those who were not, for whom was not lit specifically. And chiluk zeh bein katzav l'schar lo katzav. Doesn't matter if you stipulated a payment or not. Oh, shosov kabbalah made a job formula, obeschiras or a hired hand formula. Tov Yisrael nenem milacha. That's supposed to be Shabbos. Since the Jews derive benefit from lacha itself on Shabbos. Also, it's also no matter what. Okay, so bring it to me, please. If he lit it for his own benefit, the non-Jew, any Jew can use the light. We should also be told him to light the non-Jew light for a sick person. Where even there's no danger. Where we know that it's permissible to tell a non-Jew to do something. Or at certain time we live for children, which has the same status. Which says they only have the same status as they required a lot, but otherwise not. But I think people are very makel for time. To have a chol shem b'sakana, the carton is the equivalent of a chol shem b'sakana. The mutar chol yisrael shtam every Jew can use that light to call shilik b'utlak beheter mutar. Anything lit in a permissible way is permissible. Dalet lichara came and also Yisrael and also and there shilik and Yehudi bado. It seems since the Jew is not allowed to benefit from the candle lit by the non-Jew for him, If there was darkness in the house, saw and the Jew lit for the Jew, the non-Jew lit for the Jew, is getting, by definition, benefit from its light. The Chayav associates in the bias, and we should require the Jew to leave his house, go somewhere else for Shabbos. Avolo came pasuk Rabbeinu Ramah, but the Ramah is not basking this way. Sub C files. The Ramah says, if not Jew went to the Jew's house and did malacha on his own, and so the Jew doesn't have to leave or he knows deriving benefit from the light or from the bonfire. The time of the meal also, what's the reason? This kanoah is like a kanoah which is shoving down your throat. You're compelled to have it. We don't have intent to have it. You can't get out of this kanoah. You don't want it. I'm going to tell you to leave your house. In a place where it's not possible to get out of it, and you're not mechaving to derive the benefit. Shitla writes obviously mutter. Kinisam sochin. Rakli stakel b'sefer or b'shayvarim, but look into a book or other things that also or is that much is too much a luxury. We don't allow that. By lighting his candle lit by the non-Jew in his house, in the Jew's house. I guess to drink hot. I'm not sure why hot beverages specifically, but to eat hot beverages in the presence of that candle. There's weird law says to eat around a candle is also included in the Isser. The Shmuel writes that be as it may, you don't have to turn your face away from the candle unless you want to do midas chasidus. Rashba seems to you do have to turn your face away from the candle. But the Arukh HaShulchan says that you're allowed to drink hot water by the light of this candle. You can drink in the darkness as well. When the light, it's more expansive. A bugavi ganki kanoah ba kochas also like a pleasure which comes against as well. And himself pshita is obvious. Yeah, tell him don't ever do it again. Like he'll tell him if you do it again, you got to show me base. I'm going to kick you out. You look because otherwise, how you ask that can't tell me. He'll always do it for the Jew. He knows he's doing the Jew a great favor and benefiting. A favor and benefiting. Hey, near the main Yuthi Liba Shilo seems that non-Jew lit for him, himself, for both. Mutter to the Jew can use the light. Only can also Ikar Bishul unless either primarily for the Jew, Butafalo non-Jew is subordinate in this reckoning. Some person says to his slave, male or female, to go with him. They lit the candle. Even though they also require the candle. It's not for their need. Because they're primarily going for the Jew. So it sounds quite clear. If they're primarily going for the Jew, it's taka also use light. But if not, even though they also have mind for the Jew, since he also has mind for himself, mutter vayin siv ches, which we'll have to see in Yitzhak Hashem tomorrow.